Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Paddy, and my channel is called Paddy's Potato Peelers. And as you might guess from my accent, I'm from Northern Ireland, hence the name of the channel. So, what have I got for you today? I entitled the video quite controversially. I've put Delica Killer, and it's sort of half a joke and it's half not. A little about myself first. I come from a bushcraft background, so I've always had knives. I've always carried a pocket knife, but it's always been one pocket knife, and I had it for years and years. I took on well about 4 months ago, so I haven't been able to do any bushcrafting. I've got a bushcraft channel, which we'll maybe talk about later on in another video. So I've been watching an awful lot of videos on YouTube, as you do, and I get into watching the folding pocket knives and a complete wide variety of folding pocket knives. And I've started collecting them the last 4 months, to cut a long story short. So I fancied starting another channel. So this is it. And the start today, the Delica Killer, is, it's nearly sad that it's happening, but I can't stop it. And to be honest with you, my sort of budget, I'm a blue collar worker. I'm not working at the minute, so I don't have a whole lot of money for spending on pocket knives, but like most hobbies, you can always find money. This is my most expensive one so far, and this was the equivalent of what, $70. The Delica, my wife bought it for me when I first started thinking about, going into folding knives. So I absolutely love it. I wouldn't swap it for the world. It's done everything that it said in the forums it would do on YouTube. It has never failed me. It sharpens well. VG10 is a great steel for a pocket knife. The only thing I've done is I've modded the clip. I sanded it off. I didn't quite like the black. But that's my only complaint with that knife. So there's nothing wrong with this knife. I have no complaints about it at all. I'm trying to line it up here because I'm going to bring in its opposition, if you like, for this little ring fight. It's not going to be a great surprise to most people who are into folding knives. It's Gonzo. They've come out with this. I have not seen another video on it yet. This is the first one. So I'm going to bring it out in front of you. It's called the Gonzo F759M. It's got 440C steel, as most Gonzo knives have. And I think you'll find the similarities a bit unfair. It's a bit, I'll bring it in and let you see it. And I'll line them up on that there. There you go. That is quite scary, quite alarmingly similar to the Delica. The body itself is a little bit shorter, but that's because it's got a forward choil. The one thing that's missing on every Delica that we've been asking for, and an awful lot of people have been asking for, but this has got it. Different hole. It's a very sturdy little knife. I'll let you hear the knock up. It's a lockback, just like the Delica. It locks up solid. There is no movement in that forward, backward, sideways, just like my Delica. My Delica, it sounds as if it's the same knife. So that is quite scary. The one difference obviously will be the blade steel. VG10 against 440C steel means I'll sharpen this a bit more. But that's okay, because this is the knife that I will carry about as my pocket knife. This is a knife that I'm going to throw in a bag, a pack, or a knife that I'll take out if I know I'm going to do particularly dirty jobs or hard jobs, or ones that I'm going to worry about the tip. I'll use this. I'll not use my $70 Delica. I'll use this. And this costs me, that the minute I've just checked, they're going between $13 and $10, and you can get them on GearBest and DHgate. GearBest was the cheapest this morning. So that's value for money in my eyes. The rest of the specs are all the same. Now, the directional, it's not bi-directional. It's the same sort of scales, but they're just direction. They go in one direction. But for a small knife, that really doesn't make that much of a difference to me. I can hold on. It's grippy, but it's just the one direction rather than bi-directional. The pocket clip's the same, maybe not quite just as strong, but as good as. It's got scales, liners in the inside. It doesn't have the nice rounded edges that Gonzo has. That's the one thing. Gonzo in the hand is the most beautiful, comfortable knife. This isn't uncomfortable, don't get me wrong, but it's not the same as the Gonzo. The refinement is much better on the Ganzo as an overall, and I'm sure we'd all would know that. But I'll weigh them for you because most people will think it's going to be a heavier knife or whatever. Here, I'll put the wee scales. That's my Delica 2.31, and this is the Gonzo 2.35. Absolutely nothing between them. I think you'll agree that that's quite scary that they can come up with that sort of quality for that sort of price. So, as a first video, it is a bit controversial. I like being controversial sometimes, but not all the times. This is not going to be, I'm not going to be constantly doing clones, but because of my budget, a lot of it will be a comparison between a clone and the real knife, or just budget knives. I hope that doesn't offend anybody. I certainly don't do it with the intent to offend Spyderco or anybody that loves Spyderco. I love this and I love the brand. And there's other brands that I'll touch on that I have got clones of or copies of, whatever you want to call them. And it's nothing, it'll be nothing against them. It's just my budget at the moment. And it can change. And if I'd have bought this first, to be honest, it would have influenced me to go and buy a Delica because I would want to see how much better the people talk about a knife can be. So it has got that benefit, and it's got that benefit on a couple of other knives that I've bought that would encourage me to go out and buy the real thing, to save up for the real thing. So there's always that side of buying a copy. But thank you very much. I hope that wasn't too offensive to anybody. It wasn't meant to be. If it is, I apologise to you. Hopefully I'll see you shortly. I have quite a few knives that I've gathered up that are in the budget region. Not all budget, but most of them budget. And I'll do you a video at least once a week, maybe twice a week for the next couple of weeks to build up a bit of portfolio, to get used to doing videos again, because as you know, once you get out of the way of it, becomes part of your vocabulary. And I think during this, I'm sure when I look back, it will be. I don't do a lot of editing, so what you see is what you get. Thank you very much for listening. God bless you all, and I'll see you very shortly. Take care. Bye-bye.